皆さん、英語のそーたです。
And I'm Riley.
Riley, for me, or for Japan, good news. We've got the first female Japanese prime minister in history. You know that?
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah. What do you think? Do you like it or not?
I don't know if it's good news for me. I don't know. I'm keeping an open mind about it. By the way, sorry. I know maybe we'll talk about this in a second. I thought you were gonna mention the live events, right? That we're doing. It's like good news for Japan. We're doing live events. Wow. Okay. Really big news. No. Sorry about Takaichi. Right. I think. Yeah. I've heard that she has said some things in the past that are. What can I say? That she wants to be like strict on immigrants, right? On foreign people living in Japan, and that's a little bit scary for me. You know, I don't want to like make some mistake on my taxes and then have to go home, right? Like I'd like a little bit. I don't know. You know, that kind of thing is kind of scary to me. That if I make some kind of mistake, but I'm keeping an open mind and hoping that she is. Not so bad as some people want to make her seem.
Yeah, I wanted to talk about this with you as well in the future, but maybe you don't need to worry about this because maybe those immigrants she is talking about are not someone like you who are following the rules or who are not behaving badly in Japan. So maybe what she's talking about is for people who are, for example, not following the rules or who are breaking the rules in Japan. So yeah, in the last episode, I mean, in the past you were talking about, some party in the All-Links episode, but I was feeling
Sanseito, right?
Yeah, I was feeling like maybe what they're talking about is not the one you are expecting or you're thinking of. So maybe it's not about you.
I mean, yeah, no, I think you're probably right, but I mean, I don't want to. We don't have to talk about politics too much, but I'm looking at my country right now, right, at the U.S., and they were saying some of the same things, like, it's only illegal immigrants, it's only people who come into this country and commit crimes or something. Those are the people that we want to get out. And now they're doing a bunch of crazy raids on, like, people who are in this country legally, like they have the right visa and everything, and they're not doing anything wrong, and they're getting like basically kidnapped and stuff. I don't know. And this is just stuff I see on the news, right, and hear from my parents and stuff like that. I don't know any of the details, but it's scary. It's scary to imagine that kind of thing. I'm sure it's very scary for immigrants living in the U.S. right now. So yeah, I'm not really seriously worried about Takaichi, but I don't know. Yeah, it crossed my mind, that kind of thing.
Yeah, makes sense too. Yeah, that's why I want to talk about this, and I want to focus on this topic with you in the futures episode. Yeah, but I said that's good news for me or for Japan because just in terms of the fact that she is she's a woman. And then, in Japan, a lot of things are still old-fashioned or outdated. And then, I sometimes feel like we are behind the perspectives or things that are happening in the world. But now, we got the first Japanese female prime minister. Then I feel like we we moved forward just a little bit as a global standard or from the perspective of international things. Yeah, that's what I wanted to
Sure.
say.
Yeah, I get where you're coming from. Sure.
はい。皆さんお元気ですか？はい、ちょっと冒頭ね、長くなりましたが、そう、いきなりちょっと、グッドニュースから始めちゃいましたけど、そう、決して何ですか、まだね、わかんないっていうのもあるのと、具体的にね、どうなるのかっていうところなので、ただ、国民はすごく、今ね、何のお話ししてたかと言いますと、日本でね、初めての女性の総理大臣が、誕生しましたよね。で、実は、前のエピソードとか、その前とかにも、一回ね、決まりましたみたいな時に、言いたいと思ってたんですけど、状況変わってね、どうなるかわかんないみたいな時だったので、この前は言えなかったんですけど、今日10月23日なんですけど、正式にね、決まってる状態なので、一個の大きなニュースかなと思って、このお話をしてましたが、そう、僕はまず、国民は今、なんかすごい高市さんに期待してますよね。なんか口だけじゃないなっていう感じがするのと、自分の言葉で話してらっしゃる感じがするのと、世襲制のね、なんかもう金持ちと、あとなんか親の子ねのお坊ちゃん嬢ちゃんが今までもうずっと政治やってきて、ね、いい暮らししてきた人たちがどうやってこの国民の気持ちとかわかんねんっていう、もう親のね、コネやったりとか、お金とかでなんかやってきた、なんかそういうイメージがあるがゆえにね、若い人も含め、なんか日本の政治に興味は持ってなかったのが、なんか高市さんだとね、あの方自分で奨学金借りて大学行ってっていう、なんか本当に僕たちよりのなんか成り上がりというか、ちゃんと一般の人の感覚がある、で坊ちゃん嬢ちゃんじゃないちゃんと苦労しているっていう感じが、なんか国民の今注目を引いてるんじゃないかなと思うんですよね。プラスそこ置いといたとしても、僕はなんかグッドニュースだなと思ったのは、この日本というまだ世界的に見ていろんななんか視野とか視点が進んでない日本で、女性の首相を選んだっていう、総理大臣を選んだっていうのが、なんか一歩前進したなっていう、もうまずそこだけで結構なんか僕の中では日本も進んだなと思って、なんかちょっとグッドニュースっていうワードが出たんですよね。で、ライリーが話してたのが、やっぱニュートラルなポジションを取りたいので、ちょっと補足しておきたいのが、期待もあると同時に、やっぱり日本を強くするっておっしゃってるがゆえに、ちょっと保守的な思想もあると思うんですよ。例えば夫婦別姓反対とか同性婚反対とか、イミグラントとかね、外国人に厳しくってなると、世界レベルの視野で見たときに、ちょっと古さとかなんかないのかなとかっていうのは、まだ個人的にはちょっと心配はあるんですけれどもっていう視点のもと、ライリーが言ってたのがね、なんかいろいろ厳しくなるんじゃないかとかっていうね、お話がありましたよね。ただ以前のライリーのオールイングリッシュの時にも僕思ってたのが、ライリーが思っている彼らが掲げてる日本人ファーストとかね、別の党ですけど、あるいは外国人に厳しくとかって言ってるその外国人っていうのは、ライリーとかのような外国人じゃないと思うんですよね。なんかそこズレがあると思うので、そんなライリーは心配しなくていいと思うよって伝えてたのと、なんかそこも含め違うエピソードで今度話したいなと思ってたので、ちょっとね、今日のテーマはここじゃないので一旦切り上げたいなと思うんですけど、今いい視点と懸念点っていうところも挙げたと思うので、それも含めね、ちょっと皆さんにもいろいろ考えていただけたらなと思います。プラスなんかね、外国人にもちゃんとそこは配慮もしつつ、でもね、ルールをちゃんと守ってないところは律していくっていうところのこのバランスはね、取りながら、ね、高橋さんがどうしてくださるのかっていうところはね、注目点ではありますけれども、はい、まずは女性のっていう、ここは僕は嬉しかったので、もう女性は仕事できる人いっぱいですからねと思ってるので、ここでちょっと共有しておきたかったなと思います。It's a little scary, or it's a little sensitive because we are talking about the political views, which is something we don't do a lot. So I just wanted to add some information. So Riley, are you ready?
Yep.
そうだと。
Riley の
台本なし英会話 lesson
episode 330.
All right, what is the topic for episode 330, Riley?
It's consideration for people with disabilities.
はい、今回のお題は、障害を持った方への配慮です。 yeah, let me briefly explain why. Oh, this time I decided to talk about this. So we don't have any request.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, I decided to talk about this because I often find some problems in Japan in terms of consideration for people with disabilities. And for example, the main one for me is in Japan, yeah, for people who are living in other countries. In Japan, we have some blogs on the internet, not internet, on the street for people who can't see, which means people who are blind. And that's the yellow one. Then on that blocks, people can walk and then they can see if they should stop or if they can keep walking. But yeah, recently often see those blocks are, I often see the situation where the blocks are blocked by, for example, someone's bicycles or someone's something, or sometimes the restaurants or the stores items, for example, right in front of the shops. Then, yeah, I'm always wondering why they are doing this, or if this is really working for those people who really need that block. Then I came up with this topic idea, and also I started wondering about the situation in America. In the first place, do they also have this kind of block on the street, or except for these things, do they have another way of caring about those people with disabilities? Yeah, that's where I got this topic idea from.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, first of all, in America, do you guys also have the yellow block like the Japanese one on the street?
Um, yes and no. We do have, I guess they're called, I didn't know what these were actually called. I guess it's called tactile paving
Hmm.
is what is the word that Wikipedia has for it.
Hmm.
I guess some people call them braille blocks.
Hmm.
Braille is the name of I guess you call it like the alphabet that blind people use to read,
Hmm.
right? It's called the same in Japanese, right? Tenji broku.
Tenji.
Tenji is braille, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So okay, braille blocks or tactile paving. We have them in some places, but it's not nearly as common as it is in Japan. Like it feels like in Japan, almost any sidewalk, like in a city at least,
Yeah.
will have those yellow blocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
In America, we don't have them like on the sidewalk unless it's like a place where the sidewalk like t how can I say, like touches the street basically. You know, like if there's like a ramp and then the street is, you know, like basically to help people who are blind from walking into the street. It's you know, in those kind of places,
Mm-hmm.
like maybe before a crosswalk or something like that. Yeah, we have it there, or also at train stations, you know, before the edge of the platform.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two places I can think of
Oh.
definitely having it. Yeah.
Yeah, for example, in movies or yeah, on Instagram or in videos, I've never seen, or yeah, perhaps I didn't notice just simply perhaps. But yeah, I've never find those braille blocks in America. So maybe there is not a lot of them, and also yeah, so in Japan we have more.
For sure. Yeah, 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 yeah.
なるほどね。The color is the same, yellow.
No, they're not always yellow.
うん。
I feel like the ones I remember the most are in the New York subway. They definitely have them at the edge of the platform.
うん。
I feel like they are yellow there, but I could be wrong.
Oh, so that means, yeah, you don't have a lot of opportunities to see them, like in Japan.
Uh, yeah, not as much as
う
Japan.
ん、なるほどね。そう、そう、収録の前に、展示ブロック、展示ブロック、なんだ、そっか、日本語でも展示ブロックか。うん、日本であるね、床じゃない、ごめんなさい、道にあるね、黄色いやつ、あれ、なんて呼んだらいいのかな、ブロックでいいのかな、みたいな、を最初、そこだけちょっと確認してたんですね。で、ライリーが、そう、あれちょっと、なんていうか、英語でわかんないなって言ってたぐらいだったので、つまりそれだけあんまりこう、見る機会は少ないんだろうなと、その時まず判断してたんですけど、まあ一応こうね、流れとして聞かせていただいて、一個今出てきたのが、ウィキペディアとかにね、載ってる方法としてライリーが調べてくれてましたが、ブレオが展示で、yeah, I didn't know that we can use, that block. I'm sorry, we can use Braille for that block as well on the street. Braille blocks.
Yeah, Braille blocks. Yeah,
そ
apparently.
うね、そっか、点字ブロックで、下の床にあるやつもね、皆さん、ブレオっていうのは点字ですね。でもなんか僕、
I'll
点字って手
write
で、
that down.
そうそう、お願いします。そのブレオとか、yeah, please write down some expressions you can remember. そう。で、そう、ブレオっていうのは点字なんですけど、なんか点字っていうと、手で触る方の僕イメージしてたので、そう、ブレオブロックスで、ウィキペディアでね、調べたら書いてたって言ってくれてましたけど、床のやつでも使えるんだって今知りましたが、そう、点字ブロックですね。そうで、これもともと僕がね、今回クエスチョンというか取り扱いたいなと思ったんですね。で、その理由が、そう、日本では、こう、点字ブロックが結構あちらこちらにあると思うんですよ。で、そもそもアメリカではそれあるのっていうのを聞きたかったっていうのと、で、やっぱり日本ほどあんまりないと。で、確かに映画とかでね、あんま見かけたことないぐらいなイメージなので、かつ、色もね、黄色じゃないと。プラスライリーも、黄色の時もあれば、なんか思い出せないなっていうぐらい、それだけ数は少ないんでしょうね。でも、プラットフォームとか、駅のホームとかね、ああいうところには端の方にあったりはするけれども、日本ほどやっぱないっていうことでしたね。そう。それをまず知りたかったのと、一番は、なんか最近こう、日本で点字ブロックの上に自転車置いてる人とか、あとお店だったらお店のカートをそのお店側がね、置いてたり、ごめんなさい、ちょっと言わせてもらうと、杉薬局さん、家の近くにね、杉薬局あるんですけど、杉薬局さんの前に点字ブロックが、その駐車場から入り口までつながってるんですね。で、その駐車場って、もう車も結構、僕たちでもぶつかりそうなぐらいスレスレなところに点字があるんですけど、その点字ブロックの上に、お店側がカートを並べてるんですよね。プラス、その真横に駐輪場も作ってるので、まあ、ね、マナーあんまない人は、この上に止めちゃうだろうなっていう位置にそもそも設置しちゃってるっていう。それをなんか、最近見ることがすごい増えて、で、あとはスーパーですよね。スーパーは、お店側はカートとかはそんな近くに置いてないんですけど、いつも行くたびに、その展示ブロックの上に自転車止めてるんですよね。で、なんか、それを見るたびになんかもう昔からずっとモヤモヤしてて、最近特にそれがすごい目につくようになっちゃって、なんかこれを、話題として扱いたいなと思ったんですよね。で、まあ一応 consideration っていうのは、またタイピングお願いしたいなと思うんですけど、配慮という意味ですね。なので、そのアメリカではどれだけこの配慮というものが、ね、こう、体に何か不自由を抱えてらっしゃる方にあるのか、あるいは、まあ、どんな形でそれぞれ日米にあるのかっていうのを、まあ、聞きたいなと思ったのが、これのきっかけですね。そう、なのでちょっとそこにね、まずフォーカスを当てたいなと思うんですけど、yeah, you can just forget about what I said. And yeah, except for what I said, do you think Japan, the society is kind of
Mm.
nice to those people with disabilities compared to America or vice versa?
Uh, hmm. I I'm not sure, honestly. Like I obviously, yeah, I'll call them Braille blocks because
うん、
that's easy to remember. The Braille blocks are everywhere, so that is
う
nice
ん、
to people with difficulty seeing,
うん、
right? Vision disabilities or things like that. But I think in Japan also there's a lot less care for people who have disabilities that involve like moving, like people in wheelchairs and stuff like that. I feel like there are a lot of places in Japan that are pretty difficult for them to navigate. Whereas in America, I think people in wheelchairs get better treatment than in Japan, I'd say. But maybe people with vision disabilities don't get as good of consideration in the States, if that makes sense. Yeah, it depends on the disability, I think.
So in terms of the size of the street or a lot of space in America, the society is kind of nicer to those people who are blind. Oh, sorry, who can't move.
Yeah, well, we tend to have like more, I think outside of buildings and stuff, ramps are more common in the US than in Japan. I think there's a lot of places in Japan where you need to go over a step to get somewhere, which would be difficult if you're in a wheelchair. I think in America it's generally a little bit better for that kind of stuff.
なるほどね。そう、まず、いろいろちょっと用語、ワードの説明をしたいなと思うんですけれども、people with disabilities。これで、
Yeah.
disabilities、身体的、あるいはいろんな意味での、そうですね。障害、なんかこのワードの選びがすごい難しいなと思って、すごい言葉が詰まっちゃうんですけど、そう、disabilities も障害という感じですよね。なので、昔は handicapped とかね、なんかそういうワードもあったりしたと思うんですけど、今はこの people with disabilities っていうのが、英語でも適切なワードなのかなっていうのと、日本語でもね、身体障害者の方とか、ね、やっぱそういうワード選びが適切なのかなと思います。で、例えば、disabled.
Disabled, yeah.
Yeah, that's also another word. You said visually disabled, you said.
Oh, maybe I did say that. Yeah, so okay. So there's a lot of these words handicapped, disabled. There are others that are less good that I won't say. But yeah, handicapped and disabled have been at different points in my life the kind of acceptable words to say. Nowadays, there's this, I don't know if it's a movement or maybe that's saying the wrong thing, but people say people first is like a common thing that people say. So that kind of when you're talking about anybody, you should say people with disabilities or another one is like that I learned in university was that you shouldn't say homeless people, although probably most people do say homeless people, but the like correct term is people experiencing homelessness. People first, right? So you should first say that they're a person or that they're people, and then talk about the condition that they're in or their situation, right? That's the idea. Now, I will try my best to do that. But the reality is, I'm going to be honest here. If I'm talking with my friends, if I'm not being careful, I probably don't talk like that. Like I might say disabled people. I would probably say homeless people. If I'm just talking with my friends, honestly, that's probably how I talk. But yeah, the correct way to do it is people with disabilities, people experiencing homelessness, stuff like that. Yeah.
なるほどね。そう、僕もなんかハンディキャップっていうのは学校の時にね、高校とか大学だったかな。今のこのワード、今はこういうワードは結構差別的用語に寄ってきてる言葉なのでとかって聞いた記憶があって、そう、まずは people with disabilities をよく使ってもらうと皆さんも良いのかなと。で、まあその理由として、ライリーも大学で習ったアメリカのね、大学で、アメリカでもそうやってね、アメリカ人に対してでも英語を使うね、ネイティブ話者に対してもそうやって教育があるんだなと思ったんですけど、 その、people から始めましょうっていう。例えば、ホームレスの人っていうのも、今までのエピソードでもね、ホームレス people ってライリーが言ってる時とか、ね、あったかもですけど、あったと思います。記憶的に。あったとは思うんですけど、そう、コレクトな言い方、一番理想的な言い方としては、people を先に立てると。つまり、people with disabilities だったりとか、people experiencing homelessness、まあちょっと大変なね、ちょっと遠回しな言い方な感じもして大変な気もしますけれども、こう、家がないっていう状態を経験されている方々みたいな感じで表すのが、まあ、平和な表し方っていう、いろんな方に配慮した表し方であるっていうことですね。そう、なのでそこがまず、こう、語句の整理ですね。あるいはまあ、単語としては handicapped だったりとか disabled だったりとか、あるいは visually disabled だったりとか、さっきいろんな会話出てきたのは、ね、こう、目が見えない状態とか、あとはまあ、wheelchair、あとは ramp、スロープですよね。っていうところ
Right.
が、まあ、今回のワードかなと思います。なので、そう、まず僕がさっき言ってたところは忘れてもらって、ライリーから見て、アメリカと日本を比べて、日本って、その、まあ、展示ブロックがたくさんあるとかっていう点も含め、そういう、障害を持った方々に、こう、優しい社会なのかっていうのを今聞いてたところ、そうだと思うと、展示もいっぱいありますしね。ただ、アメリカは、その、次、やっぱdisabilities っていうのもいろんな形がありますよね。こう体がね、思うように動かない、あるいは耳が聞こえない、目が見えないっていうね。で、やっぱりアメリカではその体が動かないっていう方々、例えば車椅子に乗ってる方々とかへの、やっぱりこう社会的な、街づくりという点でもう少し配慮があるように見えると。で、それが一つ、そのスロープがたくさんあったり、こう道がやっぱ広かったりするっていう、土地のね、広さっていうのもあるかもですけど、でもそういう点で見ると確かに日本って、道の狭さっていうのは確かにありますよね。Yeah, but yeah, I just want to compare. In Japan, I find a lot of elevators anywhere. But how about in the States? Do you have them a lot?
Um, like, you mean like re real elevators, like just in
Yeah,
department stores or whatever, like stuff
yeah,
like
the
that?
real elevators. For example, in the station,
Mm.
yeah, in each station, we have the stairs and then the elevators for people with disabilities.
Ah, in big
Mhm.
cities. Yeah, in big cities you have
Uh,
that.
uh, yeah, in Osaka, I
Yeah,
find
yeah,
them,
yeah.
yeah, in each city. Sorry, at each station, but in, I'm sorry, in each station, but in your city in Kagawa, you don't.
Definitely not. I think
Oh,
so. I think yeah. I mean, trains are one thing. We don't have that many trains in the U.S. outside of big cities, so that's not really a fair comparison. I think if we had train stations in small cities, maybe they wouldn't have elevators or things like that. But I'm thinking even more just like, yeah, ramps, like I said, right? I mean, because in my actually the station near me where I live does not have a ramp. So if you are in a wheelchair, you like almost can't get to the train. Like it's just stairs unless somebody helps you or yeah, I don't know. I don't know how you would get to the train at my station. And I actually I have a friend who works at for I can say works for JR, right? Whatever. I have a friend who works for JR, and he told me that, and this is a good point about what JR Shikoku, right? Where if somebody with a wheelchair calls and says, "Oh, I'm in a wheelchair, I need help like getting off the train," then they bring a ramp to the
yeah,
station where that person needs to get off
yeah.
and help them off, which I mean I think that's amazing, but also I think it's like maybe they should just have a ramp if they can, like it seems like so much work for the company to because I guess they I don't know what they do. They drive there beforehand, or I don't know exactly how they do the ramp thing, but they bring it like special for that person, you know?
Yeah, in America, yeah, how do they, handle the situation? Like they have the ramp from the, platform to the train?
Good question. I don't know. I mean, I feel like they don't have anything, honestly. Like when I used to ride the subway in New York, if somebody was in a wheelchair, I feel like they didn't get any like help from the staff, right? Not from the conductor or whatever, but probably uh and usually honestly like other people would help. If the person was in a wheelchair and needed help, then other people would help. Of course, that's not good if there's no other people around. If the train is empty or something, then I don't know. But no, I don't think they would get help from the station people. Like in New York City, I don't think so.
Then in that way, yeah, in Japan, it's kind of nicer, especially for people who are in a wheelchair.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, it's kind of difficult because I just think that there's better, like, I mean, the trains are just run better. I mean, there's kind of, I don't want to say that like the MTA, which is the company that runs the trains in New York, I don't think that they're like bad, that they don't care about people with disabilities. I just think that their company is not like they don't care about anybody. Like,
Yeah. So I just started with a complaint.
yeah.
But yeah, looking back, I feel like there are a lot of ways that could help those people with disabilities. And yeah, in Osaka, yeah, I just noticed now that there should be some differences between, big cities and rural
Mm,
areas. So in Osaka, I always find a lot of elevators for people with disabilities in each station. And also, yeah, every time I see those people in a wheelchair, they always get some help from the train, staff members, yeah, using the ramp. Then, yeah, I always feel, yeah, that's really nice. And also, like, on the street, like when they cross the street,
mm.
it makes a sound like a ping pong,
Oh
ping
yeah, yeah,
pong.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
people with disabilities. Does that happen in America?
Yeah, they have them in America. They make like the beeping sound or the
Mm-hmm.
little song or whatever. Yeah, they have that in America, but I feel like maybe it's not every crosswalk. It might not be as common as it is in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
But again, some of this, I'm talking from like my memory, right? I haven't lived in America in 10 years, so maybe it's better now. I don't know.
uh, yeah. What about yeah, let's talk about Braille. Like
Braille, yeah.
in the station in big cities, yeah, at least in Osaka, at the ticket machine place, like
Mm,
yeah, ticket machine place. Sorry, at the ticket machine place, we
yeah.
always have the Braille, like a lot of dots that says
Uh-huh.
yeah, this station, that station, or how much. I can't read it, so I'm not sure what it
Sure.
says, but yeah, we
Right,
always
right,
have
right,
that
right.
kind of thing. How about in America?
Um, yeah, it's hard to make these kind of comparisons with train stations because we don't really have train stations that much, you know. But
Hmm.
well, I'm thinking like in elevators,
Mm,
for sure. There's always Braille next to like all the buttons so that you
mm,
know what each button does,
mm,
um, and stuff like that. Yeah. So I imagine at a train station there might be Braille.
mm,
Yeah. I think Braille is pretty common. I
mm,
think
mm.
definitely, I remember as a kid, like in museums and stuff, like if there's some kind of explanation for what, whatever the museum is showing, there would often be Braille too.
うんうんうんうん。
Yeah, so it's definitely around. Yeah.
なるほどね。うん。ちょっと一旦ここまで整理しましょうかね。なので僕もまずは、そのアメリカと日本でどれくらいそういういろんな配慮というものが社会全体、街の仕組みとしてあるのかなっていうのを知りたかったので、今会話でいろいろ聞いてました。 で、基本的には、駅というところを焦点にしてしまうとね、やっぱ駅の数っていうのは、日本の方がね、多かったりすると思うので、比較はちょっと難しいかもなんですけれども、やっぱ大体同じ感じだったのかなと思うんですが、あともう一個問題が、大都市と、ね、地方というところでも差はあるんだろうなって気づいて、僕は大阪の、特に大阪の中でも都会のところに住んでるので、その視点でしか今まで見れたことがなかったなと思って、結構、あるのはあると思うんですよ。いろんな配慮というものが。例えば、駅には必ずエレベーターがありますかね。僕が使っている駅では、エレベーター見たことない、エレベーターがないところを見たことがないくらい、ちゃんとやっぱり車椅子の方用のエレベーターっていうのは、駅構内に降りる、なんですかね、チケットゲートくぐって、駅の下に降りるときもそうですし、あとは地上に上がるときも含め、基本どの駅にもあるかなと思うんですよね。あとやっぱり点字ブロックもそうですし、どの場所にも大体こう点字というものがあるかなと思うんですが、駅とかはね。ただこれがやっぱスーパーとかね、お店ってなると、やっぱり点字って日本でもないですよね。で、そもそもやっぱりこういうところにフォーカスとか焦点がいかないことが多いんじゃないかなと思うんですよ。あそこに展示ってあったっけとかってね。大体はこうなってしまうくらい、やっぱりこう、身体障害がある方、いろんなこう不自由をお持ちの方への配慮っていうものが、やっぱり何にもね、そういうこう身体障害がない方は、やっぱ見落としがちなんじゃないかなと思うんですよね。それがさっき冒頭に挙げてた、なんでこんなところにこれを置くのって僕はちょっと感じちゃうんですけど、僕はそういうところすごい敏感なので、なんか周りをすごく見ちゃうので、こう、なんでこうなるのって思う、その要因になるのかなと思うんですが、まずは、街全体的に、日本とアメリカではどうなんだろうっていう比較を、ここまでしてましたかね。で、大体同じ感じなのかなと思うんですけど、日本は、音もでもアメリカもあるって言ってましたしね、こう、スペースがやっぱりね、大きさ的に違う、あるいはスロープがね、少ないっていうところ以外は、結構日本とアメリカ同じくらいな感じなのかなと。もしかしたら、日本の方がもうちょっとこう、いろいろあったりするところもあるかもしれませんよね。で、そのうちの一個例として出てたのが、僕もそれ思ってたのが、電車でね、全地域にごめんなさい、あるのかわかんないんですけど、電車乗って、こう、車椅子の方いらっしゃったら、ね、こう、持ち運びの、あの、なんていうのかな、スロープで、こう、ね、必ず乗るときに、その車椅子の方が乗れるように、駅員さんがサポートしてあげて、坂みたいなのを敷いてね、ギュンって登って。で、降りるときはまたその駅の、ちゃんと何号車に乗ってるとかも共有してるわけですよね。で、ちゃんと降ろしてあげるっていう。あれを昔から見てたときに、これって海外あるのかなってそう、昔思ったときもありましたし、これ日本のいいところだよなとかってすごい思ってたんですよね。なんで最初はちょっとこうコンプレイントから始まっちゃいましたけど、日本にもちゃんとこう配慮してるところはたくさんね、まずはあるんだろうなっていうのは一つですよね。Then, yeah, so we just focused on the whole society. Then what about people in America? For example, they're, almost always trying to help those people with disabilities, or they're trying to care about them, or you always try to talk to them. Do you guys have that kind of thing in America?
あー
後半に続く